Welcome back to the channel. I have another video for you guys today, and I want to give you guys a shop update, what's going on in the shop right now. So we have a 2014 Duramax here, LML, and truck has blown head gaskets, and as you guys can see, we got the cab up in the air. You can do the head gaskets on these with the cab on, but another option, guys, is to actually just raise the cab up. It's not very difficult. You can do it. I think me and Bailey did it in a couple hours yesterday. And that's kind of just gives you a lot more room. We can access everything on the truck this way here on the back side of it. So with that being said, today we will be tearing the cylinder heads off of this truck and getting them to the machine shop to get them checked, and then we'll be going back together with some ARP head studs and some fresh gaskets. But that kind of gives you guys an idea of what it looks like with the cab off. You just kind of bungee cord the brake master cylinder up and undo all the cab bolts, shift cable, parking brake cable, a couple ground straps, a lot up front, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You get the cab raised up in the air, and then you have a lot more room to access all these bolts, like these up pipe bolts. Guys, it's very possible to do these, like I said, with the cab on. But it is just a lot easier, and you take a lot less chance of scratching the body on the truck, leaning over it the whole time. And it's just easier on your back at the end of the day to just do it this way. Lift it up in the air and do it that way. So, without further ado, guys, we got that lifted up. We have this nice piece of wood there laid down so we can lay all of our parts out real nice on them, get these heads off, get them to the machine shop, get them serviced, get this thing back together, and get it back on the road. So the problem with this truck is it was making excessive coolant pressure. So basically, he would drive the truck and the exhaust gas would leak into the coolant system, pushing a lot of it out. He would have to add coolant when he drove it here from Michigan, and it was low when he got here, actually, just from how much it pushes. The radiator hose, upper radiator hose, gets rock hard and will definitely, and it definitely needs some head gaskets. So that's what we got going on there. And we have another truck here today that we're going to be getting started on that needs a power steering pump, I believe. We're going to get it nosed here in the garage. Needs a power steering pump, and we're going to add a power steering cooler on it because the truck was wrecked and it was deleted. But we think that the hydro boost is getting hot and cooking the power steering pumps. So we're going to get those swapped out and get the heads off this thing today. Guys, we were wrapping up the end of the day. Well, we're already done for the day. But Bailey got the heads torn off of the Duramax, and they are ready to go to the machine shop tomorrow. You guys can see all the parts laid out here. Rocker assemblies, injectors, etc., all your hardware. And the cylinder heads are pulled off of this thing. So they are laying over here, all cleaned up. For the most part, we get all the oil drained out of them, pull the intakes off, and get these ready to go to the machine shop tomorrow so they can get resurfaced and we can stick them back on the engine. So all of our parts laid out, blown apart. Shop's a mess. Well, not really, but just a lot of parts. This other Duramax revved up here today, doing some power steering stuff on it. And we have the 7.3 I've been meaning to talk to you guys about. So this is a 1996 F250 four-wheel drive, automatic, extended cab, long bed, on 37s, which are about shot. 37-inch tires. It's got a considerable amount of rust in the back, and it is windy out here, so I just want to get some shots around the outside of the truck, and then we'll hop in and talk about what is actually done to the truck. So there you guys can see it's got an intercooler. Let's do a cold start, let it warm up, and let's talk a little bit about the truck once we hop up in here. She's a big girl, lifted. Okay. All right, let's give her a good cold start. She hasn't been started in about a week. 232,000 miles. Fires right up. So why the truck is warming up, guys, I want to actually talk to you guys about what it took to get this truck to. Now, it's never been dynoed, so I don't know for sure, but it feels like 500 horse. My truck's dynoed at 470, and this thing pulls quite a bit. I would say, if not just as hard as my 4th gen Cummins does, 2013 6-speed, 6.7 Cummins. So that's saying a lot. If you guys have ever drove a 7.3, you know that they are not something you're going to get somewhere fast in, unless you do the amount of work, unless you do the work like this one has had done. So we'll start with some of the engine stuff. So injectors, it has a set of the Swamps 300, 200, 300 I believe bodies, and then the nozzles are 200 cc. It has a BD thruster turbo kit, so it's a bolt-in, it's stock location. Also has an intercooler set up. So normally they don't have those, but they've put a aftermarket intercooler on the truck. And then they added on the Adrenaline high pressure oil pump. These are obviously a Huey style injection system engine. They added that in, so it's got the Adrenaline, and then it also has the full I-rate diesel e-fuel setup. Normally these have a mechanical pump. This truck has a electric lift pump underneath the truck and a regulated return up in the engine bay, which you will see. On top of that, we have a custom tune. I don't know whose tuner this is, guys, but you can see it has different levels. Right now we're on level 5. We can turn it down to 4, which is drag race. You can instantly hear it starts loping. And obviously just daily driver tune, and then it's got that smoke tune, you know, whenever you want, just give her all the smoke. But it'll just stay on level 5. So I'm gonna hop out real quick, show you guys the engine. Guys, as far as transmission stuff goes, it has a shift kit and a extra deep pan to help keep that fluid cool. I would say it shifts awesome, really. I don't know if you were to absolutely drive the crap out of it every day, how long it would last. Now guys, like I said, I'm not going to get on this thing a lot because I don't want to break the trans in it, but I am going to show you guys what about a 45% throttle pull feels like in this truck. It's got the lockers in it, so it's all jumpy. And this is on the daily driver tune, so I'll just get right to business. It's already a little warm. Let's see, 10 miles an hour. So you guys can see the speedo. Just go right to 50% throttle. Got it on the drag race too now, guys. Just 45, roll into it a little bit. This stands right up on the charger, cleans it up, and just moves. Set you back just like a new truck does. I've never had a 7.3 that will run like this. But like I said, we don't want to break it, guys. We don't want to break it. Got on the drag race tune. Let's just go around the block, turn right here. We'll do a 50% throttle on the drag race tune. Oh yeah, she's a lot more jumpy. Alright, that's the hardest I'm gonna run it. Give you guys a little exhaust clip. I have to say though, even though I really hate the F250 front ends compared to the 350s having the solid axle, this one does ride really good for being a lifted, you know, however many inches with 37s. It's really not that bad as far as, you know, how it actually, wow, look at all that water. I just put all over the windshield like a noob. Did it again, big tires, come on. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Not really a whole lot more to see on this thing. It's just a cool old truck, and someone put a lot of money into it. If you were to buy all these parts individually, you're looking around $10,000 for the injectors, high pressure oil pump, turbo, tuner, fuel system. 7.3s are not cheap, guys. They're getting, I feel like they're starting to get a little bit cheaper to get stuff for, just because they're getting so old and the demand's going down. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. It is Tuesday now, and we have several cylinder heads actually ready to go here in the back of the Fortune. So we picked these up yesterday from Nice Automotive. And we have our Cummins heads off of the 05 there, Cummins head, and then we have our Duramax head and some metal shavings on my my floor or my truck. But yeah guys, we got all these picked up from Nice yesterday. We have the heads on obviously and torqued, and injectors, valve covers, everything put back on, wiring harness laid back over the engine. Some of the accessories we've already bolted on, and we're getting close to being able to set the cab back down, but just trying to get every little thing done that we can while the cab is in the air, and then we will set her back down. So just figured to give you guys an update, let you see what everything looks like. All right guys, wrapping up the end of today on the LML. We have the cab sat back down on the truck. All the cab bolts are good and tight, and tomorrow we're gonna come through and button everything up on this thing and get her running. So kind of gives you guys an idea of what we're working with. My garage floor is sweating really bad, which let me tell you guys, that is so annoying. So annoying. Parts update, we have head gasket set in, studs, oil pan gasket, all we're waiting on, and obviously the head you guys saw. They were able to actually put new seats in that for the Cummins, but I'll make that a separate video when we put that thing back together. But all we're waiting on is the piston, which is coming directly from Cummins, and it's been a couple days. So as soon as we can get that, and it's been a while, and I still don't even have a tracking number on it. So as soon as we get that piston, we get the Cummins put back together too, and we'll be all caught up on everything. So guys, this is going to wrap up the end of this video. Finally got some parts in for the Dodge. This video's been going on for a while, but that's gonna be the next one, putting the 05 back together with the melted piston. Well, damaged piston. It wasn't really melted. It was a dropped valve seat that destroyed that piston. But guys, the Duramax is all wrapped up, minus putting the fender wells in. We just have to put the fender wells in. We leave those out while we're test driving them around. I like to put, you know, 20, 30 miles on these things after we get them done, just to make sure everything's good. But radiator hose as soft as can be. Got on it a couple times, no excessive coolant pressure, so that tells me that we fixed the truck and we're gonna be good to go there. But the only thing we have left to do is kind of wash it up a little bit, throw the fender wells back in it, and he will be ready to pick this unit up.
So with that being said, like I said, we're gonna wrap up the end of this video. Be sure you guys like and subscribe. If you enjoy the content and the YouTube stuff, be sure to check out the Patreon page if that's something you guys would be interested in. I dump that right back into the channel and do more stuff with the channel. So yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. Website is also in the link below, dirtydiamonddiesel.com. But for now, that's gonna wrap up in this video. See you guys on the next one.